Pulse 95. Between local lines, notes from the Emirate.
Oh, it's a busy month for the Emirate of Sharjah. We have the largest book fair in the world taking place as we speak, and that just happens to be the Sharjah International Book Fair that is coming in its 40th edition. Now, the largest festival, the Entrepreneurship Festival of its kind in the region, that's going to be taking place as well in November, later on, the end of this month, in fact. And that happens to be the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival that is coming in its 5th edition. It's going to kick off on November 22nd under the slogan, The Stars Forum. And it will discuss the factors affecting the growth of the startup sector over the next 50 years, since we are celebrating the 50 years of the UAE, with the participation of about 50 influential speakers and the young cultural, sports, and social figures, also local and international experts. And that's going to be all in the presence of 4,000 entrepreneurs and startup founders in different sectors here in Sharjah and the UAE. Now, it's going to be organized by the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Center, Shira. It's a 2-day event, and it will host Dr. Ahmed Bilhol Al-Falasi, the Minister of State for Entrepreneurship and Small and Medium Enterprises, within a session entitled The UAE in 50 Years, The Rise of a Nation. It's going to be moderated by Magnus Olsen, co-founder of Kareem. The session will discuss the importance and growing role of the startup sector in promoting the economic growth of the UAE, and also the necessity of building the next generation of entrepreneurs by upgrading the existing educational system, and that is to keep pace with the rapid changes taking place in the world.
Yes, now for the first time since, the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival, which did start 5 years ago, the festival will be open to all its visitors in the UAE to benefit from experts from different backgrounds and cultures. Now, we're going to give you a quick, what's going to be happening during the days. Now, the first day will include a panel discussion entitled, Who is the Change Maker to Tackle the Fears, Social Pressures, and Daily Challenges Faced by Arab Entrepreneurs in Managing Their Projects, in addition to discussing a number of important issues related to the entrepreneurs community in the region. Now, we're looking at the participation of an Emirati artist who does go by the name of Rashid Al-Naimi. Now, I've seen Rashid Al-Naimi on Instagram a lot. Beautiful voice, and actually, Rania, he was one of the many who did open up Expo 2020 in Dubai. He did sing there. He did, the UAE national anthem.
Yeah.
He's a beautiful voice. I've been following since the start.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful voice. And again, we're looking at how, the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival is going to gather all minds alike, and even young and old, and everyone can learn something. Again, you don't have to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to be a business mind. This is kind of like a think tank, ladies and gentlemen, where you can learn from big and small, and big and small will teach you. And I'm looking forward to the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival, which will be taking place on November 22nd. Again, it is the largest festival of its kind in the region, and it will celebrate entrepreneurs, and is sponsored by Sharjah Media City, Shams. And if you do want to register, you can use the following link, www.sharjahef.com.
Very excited for it. It was my first press conference after me joining Pulse 95 Radio. The first press conference that I attended was the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival. So that was something that I will never forget. And it's so close to my heart. The Shira in general, I love. Yes. I love that hub for sure, and I love the fact that it really did kickstart the journey of so many entrepreneurs out there, and their startups. So. I'm a big supporter of Shira and all the work that they have been doing, and the progress that I've seen with the entrepreneurs that have dealt with them.
Yeah, funny enough, Rania, I have something related to you as well. When I first joined back in 2018, the first event that I hosted outside broadcasting was at the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival.
Way.
Yes, at the Jawahir Ballroom in Sharjah on the airport road.
Yeah.
It was the first event that I did attend after I did come to Pulse. So again, it does hold a lot of memories with me. And again, I'm looking really forward to the to the festival as well. Again, it's always good to meet people who have the same ambitions as you, because again, it's a type of, social interaction, and again, you can network a lot. Number one thing when in the business type of sector, networking.
Absolutely. And I'm looking at the panel of speakers. It's going to be the most transformative experience of the year. That's what they're saying. But as we said, one of the main speakers is going to be His Excellency Dr. Ahmed Bilhol Al-Falasi, the UAE Minister of State for Entrepreneurship and SMEs. I'm looking at who's going to be there. Magnus Olsen, founder of Kareem. Also, Salama Muhammad, the founder of Peaceful. You know Salama Muhammad. She's, I believe... I forgot his name, but I will tell you later on. The wife of
I know Khalid Al-Amri.
Yes,
Khalid
that's
Al-Amri,
his
yes.
wife, I believe.
Yes. Oh, she's going to be there.
She's going to be there.
Wow.
Yes. I just lost the name, but
Yeah.
thank God for you. Yeah, Rashid Al-Naimi, he's going to be there as well, as you mentioned. Louis Hose, the New York Times best-selling author as well, for his book, The School of Greatness. We're going to see so many founders and CEOs of many prominent companies and startups also taking part in this festival, so can't wait for that. Michael Octon Smith, the co-founder and CEO of Calm. Looking at the panel of people, it's endless.
It's stacked. It's a stacked panel.
Literally also. Let's see. Maro Collective co-founder, Mamo Pay, the head of product for that company, and of course the chief sustainable officer at Majid Al Futtaim Holding as well. So
Amazing.
That's just to name a few.
Amazing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to attend, November 22nd is when it does kick off, and you can register at sharjahef.com.
Pulse 95. Between local lines. Notes from the Emirate.
Yes, we continue celebrating the 40th International Sharjah Book Fair. That just happens to be the largest book fair in the world, the Sharjah International Book Fair. So congratulations to Sharjah and the UAE. Once again, we're going to be celebrating all things the book fair, and we continue talking about what's happening at the book fair, what we will be expecting from the book fair as well. We have a slew of guests also coming in the book fair, and one guest that everyone is looking forward to seeing. A lot of people are excited for his appearance in the Sharjah International Book Fair this year is Trevor Noah. Now, he is the South African comedian and host of The Daily Show. He will be appearing at 9:30 p.m. on November 12th at the Expo Center, Sharjah. And he will be reflecting on his experiences as a comedian, as a writer, television personality, and also commentator at the talk. He had a book. He wrote a book, actually. It was an autobiographical comedy book back in 2016. It's called Born a Crime, Stories from a South African Childhood. It will be available to buy at the fair, giving fans the chance to obtain signed copies as well. And he's no stranger to the UAE. He's been here before. He first performed stand-up in Dubai back in 2014. And a year later, he also headlined the inaugural Dubai Comedy Festival. And he has performed sold-out shows across Dubai and Abu Dhabi, with his last appearance being at Yas Island in 2019. So 2 years later, he is here in Sharjah. He's going to be here on the 12th of November. There's so much to look forward to when it comes to what's happening at the book fair.
Yes, again, we're looking at, top authors and top people around the world are gathering at the Sharjah International Book Fair, as given it is the biggest book fair in the world. Now, Trevor Noah, I'm not very, up to date on what he does, but ever so often we'll see a clip of his that goes viral on the internet. Yeah. And, sometimes he'll make me laugh. Sometimes he'll talk about, very important topics that need to, be given awareness. And again, we're looking at how the Sharjah International Book Festival, or Book Fair, will have top storytellers, and they'll actually decode the evolution of screenwriting. Now, Was Mario Puzo, who actually wrote the iconic The Godfather back in the 1960s, which was a more impactful as a novelist or a screenwriter, was actually the Nobel Prize winning Najib Mahfouz, who actually published 35 novels and over 350 short stories and 26 movie scripts, and a better author or a superior movie writer these questions are set the tone for a fascinating discussion on screenwriting at the 40th Sharjah International Book Fair at the Sharjah Expo Center. Now, a lot of, authors are now giving, workshops regarding how to have a book and turn it into a play, how to turn it into a movie. And I do believe Ahmed Dawood and Abdul Karim Hanif, they actually interviewed one of the people, I think on the first day of the fair, who actually wrote La Casa de Papel, Money Heist.
Yeah.
And I think he was going to have a workshop as well, telling how he wrote the book and then he transformed it into a TV show. And La Casa de Papel was a trending series.
Still probably is.
It's still
behind Squid Game.
Squid Game now took number one.
Yeah.
Took the lead. But again, La Casa de Papel, I remember I watched it and I was hooked on it. Season 1, 2, and 3.
Talk of the town.
Talk of everyone. If you didn't watch La Casa de Papel, are you living under a rock? Anyone would say to you.
I was.
You didn't watch it yet?
No.
Well, you do need to watch it. I think
I know everything about. I don't know everything about it, but it's just because people keep talking about all the events that keep happening in every episode. So it's like I'm like, why should I watch it anymore?
I mean, I felt the same thing with Squid Game, but I personally only watched 2 seasons. The third, didn't really appeal to me that much. It felt like they were, stretching the storyline. But again, we're looking at the Sharjah International Book Fair, not only a place to look at books, buy books, eat. You
so
can
many
learn
discussions.
So many discussions. You can learn a lot. There's a lot of panels there as well.
Yeah, one particular insightful discussion that took place at the book fair in the past 2 days, it was actually at the popular social media station at the book fair, and it took its young attendees by surprise as they were informed about how the psychology of marketing it's used to influence their decision making on a daily basis, especially regarding their purchases, both big and small. And this conversation or this discussion, it was led by the entrepreneur, the Emirati speaker and entrepreneur, known for his talks on marketing and advertising, Mr. Ahmed Al Khawaja. And definitely this session captured the interest of many young people and young adults as well. So he was talking about the importance of marketing. He said that marketing is an essential tool, not only for businesses, but also for everyone who has a story to tell. So at times the story is interesting, at times it is not, but marketing can help make things interesting and even inspirational. That was a very beneficial talk. Led by Ahmed Al Khawaja. He kind of introduced the audiences to the concept of the scarcity effect. He explained how brands could employ the strategy of having limited supplies at times to create a sense of urgency, and that is to impact their sales positively. Very beneficial.
Yes, I mean, the psychology of marketing intrigues me a lot because, psychologists and marketers, they learn how to tap into the reptile brain of the human being, which, in Arabic is called al-batin.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So again, tapping into marketing, it's a very interesting how, marketers use our brain to kind of play tricks on us.
You play tricks on us all the time. And you're a great salesperson
Thank
as well.
you, I appreciate it.
In just one day, you sold me a book.
I sold you a book.
And you sold me going back to the gym.
And I sold Abdul Karim Hanif the Apple Watch, if you
and
remember.
He did, yes.
I got him on the Apple ride.
He gives you shout outs about that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, again.
Great salesperson.
And, one last thing, we're looking at how at the Sharjah International Book Fair, award-winning filmmakers are organizing something called a leaf printing workshop for kids. So again, it's not only for adults, it's for children as well. And fun and interactive workshops, will be there. And, they're giving children of all ages an opportunity to learn new skills and express their creativity. Now, at the leaf printing workshop, which was actually organized by Sara Mizhar, who is an award-winning Lebanese filmmaker and creative workshop facilitator, is teaching children how to learn and create beautiful and unique patterns designs by using dry leaves and paints. Now, with a few simple but determined brush strokes, a group of boys and girls painted their leaves in bright hues of orange and green. Then, as they pressed these painted leaves on paper, they were excited to see a colorful leaf silhouette printed on the paper. I think sometimes I get a little bit jealous of the kids, Rania, because whenever I go there, I see them doing the more fun and creative things, right? And I remember one time back in 2019, I asked them, I said, can I join you guys? And they started laughing, the organizers started laughing. I'm like, I won't mess with you guys, you know? I'll just be on the sidelines, you know, just give me a paper or whatever, let me learn a little bit. And I did. And you know, I was learning calligraphy.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and I was learning it, you know.
Do you have a good handwriting?
No, but but it was, you know.
Like a doctor's handwriting.
Yeah, I think the doctor has better handwriting than me. But again, it was something to learn, right? Again, you should learn things even if it's out of your comfort zone.
It's true.
Because it can ignite a different part of your brain for you to excel in something else.
Very well said. You know, there's so many things to look forward to at the book fair. Not just for kids, for adults. We have theatrical plays. We have activities where you can learn new languages there. There's so many sessions about learning new languages, especially the Spanish language at the Spanish Pavilion at the book fair, because obviously Spain is the guest of honor for this year's book fair. So there's so much when it comes to Spain, celebrating the heritage and the culture of Spain, the language of Spain, and also what makes Spain stand out and what makes it so special. So that's a thing to look out forward to as well, or forward to at the book fair, is Spain and its pavilion and what it's showcasing. As again, theatrical plays, activities, guests to look forward to. So if you want to learn more about the Sharjah International Book Fair and the agenda for this year until the 13th of November, head on to its website, SIBF.com, to learn more about it. We are celebrating the biggest book fair in the world, and that just happens to be the Sharjah International Book Fair, and that's a ranking that we're very proud of. Another ranking that we're going to be discussing up next is the UAE, ranking first regionally and 24th globally in Women, Peace and Security Report.
If you liked this episode of The Morning Majlis, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.